Good morning, everybody. It's me, Caitlin, your favorite Michigan girl. First off, happy Palm Sunday for those of you who celebrate it. This kicks off the start of Holy Week for those who are Christian like me. It's kind of a big deal. But today it's Palm Sunday. It's a dreary Palm Sunday. It is chilly, which is kind of, it's not a shock to the system, but we've had some really gorgeous, nice days. I mean, shorts and t-shirts weather. So it's kind of a slight letdown that now it's cold again. But hey, it gives me the perfect excuse to wear my Steamboat Willie Spirit jersey. I love Spirit jerseys. And if you guys are interested in it, I will do a video where I talk about Spirit jerseys, including the Spirit jerseys I currently have in my collection. I have a ton of Spirit jerseys, like the ears. I am addicted to them. Loungefly and ears and Spirit jerseys, those are like my big Disney vices. I love them. They are so comfortable. They're perfect for Michigan because you can wear them all year round in Michigan, except this one. This one is actually a fleece or Sherpa Spirit jersey, so it's very fluffy and it gets very, very warm very, very fast. So we're going out later today, and even though it's cold outside, I might not take a jacket with me because once we get into the store, I will just be sweating buckets in this Spirit jersey, which I love and my mom loves. It's so cute. And it says Walt Disney Studios presents Mickey Mouse on the back, and I love it. So, life update for you guys, as well as talking about, I promised I would show off my Disney pin collection. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give a quick life update and then show off my Disney pin. So first big news is thank you to everyone who watched my Lady of Heaven trailer reaction. Like I said, that movie looks amazing and gorgeous, and I would love to go see it. I've always been interested in learning new things. I think that is the key to like understanding people and being able to be friends with everybody and living a life of peace is the more you learn about other people, like what they believe in, who they are, it kind of opens you up and you're more understanding of their viewpoints and their place in the world and everything like that. So that is why I would love to go see Lady of Heaven because it also seems like such an inspirational story. So I would love to go see that. Thank you everyone who has watched and commented on it. Last time I checked, I am at 70 views, which is huge for me because my last few trailer reactions have not been doing so well, and even though I'm at 100 subscribers, I would love to see my channel continue growing, even though in a million years, I never thought I'd hit 5 subscribers, let alone 100. So it's kind of a big deal for me. During that trailer reaction, I did have to pause. I'm sure you guys noticed there's kind of a jump scene. That was because, as I mentioned in that trailer reaction, I was getting a car, you guys. I finally got a car. It's only been, last time I owned a car, I think I was like 25 years old. So I have not owned a car in almost 10 years. I have not driven in almost 10 years. We went up to a car dealership. My dad got an Explorer recently. We went to the car dealership where he got his Explorer, and it was a really nice experience. It was really quick. The car was affordable, which is what I was looking for. I did not want like a super expensive car. I knew I was getting a used car, and I think I got a really great car. I got a 2008 Pontiac G6. It is the fanciest car I have ever owned. Like, there are buttons in the steering wheel, and on the right-hand side, those buttons control my radio. Which funny story, my dad is kind of obsessed with my car, even though he has a really nice Explorer now. So, he's kind of obsessed with it. So, we got the car. The day I shot the Lady of Heaven trailer reaction, that was the day we were going up to actually get my car, because we had gone up the day before to look at the car, and I talked to the service lady there, and I said, yes, I want this car. That was actually the day before. It was the first time I had ever driven since I was 25, so it's been a while, so I test drove the car a little bit. I loved it. That next day during the reaction trailer, I got a call from my mom's insurance because my mom was super nice. My mom actually got me this car, and I'm on her insurance, so it was really nice of her. I cannot thank her enough for doing that. And she was dealing with health issues at the time, so it was kind of like I could not believe she was doing that with what she was dealing with. But we were going up that day to go get the car, and my mom's insurance called to make sure everything was on the okay and level. So my dad, my brother, and I went up to Pinconning to get the car because I had to drive it home, and my brother came with me to ride with me because I was kind of nervous about driving all the way from Pinconning back to Midland by myself. It really wasn't that long of a drive, but it was still a little nerve-wracking because I am terrified of driving on the highways and freeways, and so I did not want to drive home on any of that, so we took back roads home, so I had to follow my dad so I didn't get lost. So that was good. I have my car, and I actually have a picture of it on Instagram. My computer went to sleep on me. There we go. So this is my baby. Oh my gosh, I love her so bad. That is my baby. I did name her. She's not a red car, but I have been calling her Scarlet Ghost. Because I loved WandaVision and I'm such a huge fan of Scarlet Witch, and then I said I wanted to also give her a Star Wars name as tribute, and I wanted to give her a name from one of the ships, so I was playing around with Millennium Witch, Razor Witch, Ghost Witch, and none of that sounded right. And I said, screw it, I don't care that the car is not Scarlet. I'm going to call it Scarlet something. And I picked Scarlet Ghost because Scarlet Falcon and Scarlet Crest did not sound right. So I called it. So her name is Scarlet Ghost. I love her. I've driven her a few times. I'm actually driving her to work tomorrow for the first time, to my internship tomorrow for the first time. I will be driving down there. I'm not nervous because what I did is I actually went Friday and I took a test route because I live on basically what is a state road. It's not maintained by the city fixes it and stuff, but it's a state road. And it's kind of like almost like a highway. It's 4 lanes and a turn lane. And it makes me so nervous driving on it. So I don't want to turn a left out of it because if I came home, I would have to turn left. So my plan is I take that road and then I take like little side streets to get to my internship, which really isn't that far away. And then I just take the side streets back home at the end of the day. So I'm really excited. Tomorrow will be the first day I'm driving. And you guys, so far my internship has been amazing. I've only gone in for 2 days. But it's been really nice. It's interesting, switching gears, talking about my internship. It is really interesting going from being in a retail environment because I have only ever worked retail before this. Last time I had any sort of office job, I was in high school, and one of my classes when I was a junior and a senior is I would go work in our school's counseling office for an hour. Like, I would write out passes, I would deliver passes, I would check people in, I would take phone calls, nothing really like major, anything like that. But that was like an office environment. But once I started working, I really worked retail type positions. I did spend 3 weeks working in a hotel. But again, even though it's a hotel, it's still very much a retail type position. You're dealing with customers, you're dealing with the public, you're doing transactions, you're making sales, you're doing stuff like that. It is very much, it's different, but it's still very much a retail environment. I mean, we sold soaps and stuff at our checkout counter. At our counter. So it was still very much similar to retail. So all my jobs, and I have been working for, I want to say like 6 or 7 years at this point, have always been retail type positions. I started out as a short time sales associate in Yonkers, and then I went to Claire's to be a seasonal position. And then I think I went from Claire's I went to Mackinac Island. No, I went from Claire's to Staples, and I worked at Staples for about a year, and then I did 3 weeks on Mackinac Island, and I did the Halloween store, and then I went back to Mackinac Island from April for a few months in 2018. And then I went back to Staples, and then I went back to the Halloween store, and I went back to Staples. No, I did the Halloween. Yeah. So I went to the Halloween store. So I've done a couple things. I went to Bath and Body Works. So basically, all my positions have been retail. So having spent so long in retail, it's kind of shocking to go to an office position because that is what my internship is. I've mentioned this before. I was lucky enough, I got an internship with the Midland Business Alliance, which is an organization within the city of Midland that's devoted to helping businesses grow and thrive within Midland and Midland County, but a lot of it is focused on the city of Midland, which is where I live. It's a great organization, and they do a lot of interesting, helpful stuff around the area. I just attended, after getting the internship, I actually attended a conference they did called Power Up. It was a women's empowering conference about how women can be better leaders in their lives and workplace, which was really interesting. But Midland Business Alliance just does a lot of stuff. And 2 of the things they do are kind of important to the community. One of the things they do is an event called Midland Blooms, which I've mentioned. They plant flowers alongside Eastman Avenue, which is really cool because now I've lived on Eastman Avenue for years. They didn't do Midland Blooms last year, but when they did Midland Blooms, it was always so fun watching the flowers just magically appear along the street. And then seeing the water truck go by. They do that, and then the city maintains those flowers. And then the other thing they do is they do the Midland Area's Farmers Market, which is so important. The more I learn about farmers markets, the more I realize these are really important. They are an essential service because they help people get fresh fruits and vegetables and food and other things they might not be able to get necessarily. So that is what else Midland Business Alliance does, is they sponsor the Midland Area's Farmers Market, which it used to be in the Tridge. If you guys go back and you watched my videos from the flooding, we went downtown and I showed you out behind the courthouse, that area that was flooded. That is where the farmers market is. There's a pavilion there. That is where the farmers market used to be. When COVID hit, they moved it to the east parking lot of Dow Diamond, which is the baseball diamond here in town. And that's where we'll be this year. So I'm kind of bummed it's not at the Tridge, but I'll be working there. So that is what I'm doing right now. I'm focusing mainly on blooms, getting stuff set up for that because that is coming up really fast. And even before that, the Midland Farmers Market will start. So I am actually kind of almost knee deep in everything that's going on right now. I am in charge of like updating logos. I am in charge of updating contact information. They want me to start running social media information. My supervisor is really nice, and I feel like she wants me to just be in the guts of everything that's going on. Like, she really wants me to learn. I'm really enjoying it. The first 2 days have been so amazing. I'm really enjoying it. I actually have 2 meetings already coming up that I am scheduled to do relating to the farmers market, including one with one of our sponsors. So I am like, it's insane, but like I said, it is entirely different. I go into an office. I have a little cubicle that I am using while one of the other women who works is on mat leave. There are 2 women out currently, so that's why they hired me to be an intern. They kind of needed one. I have a cubicle, which is really weird. I have a computer I use. I have my own work email, which is something I have never had before at any of my jobs. So now I have 3 emails. I have my regular email, I have my school email, and I also have a work email now, which is insane. And it's different because it's Microsoft Outlook. It's not Google, which my other 2 emails are. So it's something I had to remind myself to check, and it's so weird. Like, I now have 3 emails, and I haven't had that in years. I also have, we are also using Microsoft Teams. It is very weird, and it's so quiet. You know, I am so used to working in retail where even though we have our quiet days, it can get very, very busy. It can get very, very loud. And now I'm in an office where it's like just quiet. You know, I can hear the woman in the cubicle next to mine doing meetings, and it's like I can hear people talking in the entryway. It's totally insane. You know, and because of COVID, the office is not open to the public. So I actually have my own set of keys to get in. So it just seems like it is so vastly different from retail. It's kind of been a shock to my system. But at the same time, this is what I wanted to do. You know, my parents have both worked in retail for many, many years. My mom and my dad did work for the schools for a brief period of time, but they are back in retail. My dad does maintenance at Walmart. My mom is a people lead at Walmart. So I've always kind of grown up being like in a retail environment. You know, when my dad used to work at a corner grocery store out in the country, my brother and I would go there all the time and just hang out for hours. So I've always kind of been in a retail-like environment. But now I'm in a different environment, and I love retail. I think retail's great. I think retail's awesome. But at the same time, I kind of want to step outside and do something different, and that's why I'm getting the marketing degree, especially since I'm looking to use it to do social media marketing. I am friends with some influencers on Instagram thanks to my fandoms, and so I'm always looking to them, and I'm always learning what they're doing, and I'm trying to apply that to what I am doing. It's not easy because I'm not the most interesting person in the world, but I am learning, and hopefully I can use what I learned to help future companies I work with be able to access social media. So it's been interesting. It's really fun. I actually go back tomorrow to work from 10 to 4, and I go in Wednesday 10 to 4. So those will be my first 6-hour shifts. But it will be easy this week because I'm in the home stretch of the end of the semester. The end of the semester is coming fast, so I'm actually almost done with the winter semester at Davenport. And so this week in 2 of my classes, I don't have really anything due. Like in my data class, I have no assignments due this week at all. In my marketing class, I only have a quiz. And then in my econ class, I have a quiz and then discussion board stuff. And that's it. So I'm going to take this week to work on all these papers I have due. I have a paper due next week for marketing services. I have a paper due the following week for econ. And then I have a paper and a presentation due for my intro to data analytics class, and then my marketing services class, we're also doing a group project. So I'm in charge of putting that final paper together, as well as the PowerPoint presentation my group has to do. So I actually have a lot on my plate on top of the fact that I'm also doing an internship, which is difficult, but I think I can handle it. And my advisor has been so nice. She reached out to me and said that because if my internship gets approved, because in order for me to get credit for it, the school has to approve it. If my internship does get approved, what she's going to do is she's actually going to take one of the classes I'm scheduled to take this spring, summer semester and move it to next year's spring, summer semester, so that this year I'm only taking one class in session 1 and one class in session 2, which would still put me at full time because the internship is like 12 credits basically. So she would take it down so that I wouldn't be like having 3 classes, one of which is a full semester class, I think. So she's like taking that away so that I have a little more breathing room, a little more space, which would be awesome and amazing. And I'm so excited that that happened. What is not so exciting that happened, you guys? I hurt myself again a couple of years ago. If you're new to this channel, I have a habit of hurting myself. I actually have really bad ankles. But I love doing yoga and I love like running and biking and stuff. And a couple of years ago, I was doing a total dodo head and I slipped and fell down the stairs here at the apartment, strained ligaments in my right ankle and in my left knee, and ended up being wrapped in ace bandages for a couple days. This time, a little bit different. You guys, I don't know if I told you guys, I signed up to do the Star Wars Rival Run races through Run Disney. I signed up to do the 5K and the 10K. And the weather was so nice last week that I did the 5K on Monday. And instead of doing the smart thing and taking a break for a couple weeks, because I've never done a 10K before, 10K is 6.2 miles. Never done that before. I was planning to do it all in one go. Instead of taking a break, I decided to run the 10K the day after I did the 5K. In case you guys are wondering, the 5K took me 48 minutes and 26 seconds to do, and the 5K is 3 miles. And then the 10K, which was 6 miles, took me 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 6 seconds, which is actually pretty good for somebody like me. However, there was a problem. I got to mile 3 of my 10K, and I noticed my left foot was just in a ton of pain. It just started hurting for no reason. But I'm the type of person that, like I said, I have bad ankles, so I feel, and my knees aren't that great, and if I feel a pain, I'm just like, whatever, it'll go away in a couple hours anyway. So instead of doing the smart thing to do, which would have been to stop doing the race and take a break, I continued on with the race. I did the 6 miles, like I said, in 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 6 seconds. I was so insanely proud of myself, and my foot and ankle continued to hurt. And the next day, I actually had to go into work, into my internship, and it hurt so bad that at some points, I did not even want to put weight on my foot. It was so bad, like, the pain would, like, ebb and flow, and it would go away and then come back full force, and it was just awful. And so last Friday, I got to that, and I'm like, oh, my foot's totally fine. It's great. And then I was walking out of Walmart because I stopped to do some shopping. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm in pain. So I actually ended up going to New Hope Urgent Care and getting my foot checked out. And what the doctor told me is because of how I run and how I walk, I think my feet are shaped weird. So what it is the way my feet are shaped, I put all my weight on the outside edge of my foot when I'm walking or running. And my feet also turn out. So it's not like a little turnout. My right foot literally goes like this. And my left foot goes like that a little bit. So my feet both like turn out a bit. And that affects how I walk and I run. And the doctor says, yeah, that's not good. And because of that, I strained the grouping of muscles. Like, here's a picture of my foot. My mom actually went and got me a brace because I have to wear a brace for the next 10 days. So, like, the grouping of muscles can I make it bigger a little bit? Like, right in the top of my foot, I strained those. And so he put me on steroids for 3 days and pain medication for 10, but I'm taking the pain medication for 3. And I have to wear that brace that you saw in the picture. I have to wear that brace pretty much 24/7 for the next 10 days. And then for a month after that, I have to wear that brace anytime I do something active. So biking, walking, jogging, I have to wear my yoga. I have to wear that brace for a month afterwards. And his concern is that if I don't, and I continue to run like I have been, I am going to permanently injure my knees. And he's more concerned about my left knee at this point because it's my left foot that I injured. I didn't want to tell him, my right foot's exactly the same way. So I am wearing the brace right now. I do not like wearing it. It's just like when I was under quarantine with COVID, I'm like, I'm already done. I want out. Get me out of here. I don't like wearing the brace. I do not like wearing it. It is helping, but it feels so weird because it's forcing my foot to point straight and it's still wanting to turn out, and I do not like it at all. So it's not the greatest feeling in the world. I understand that's meant to help me, but I've had this issue for years, and just now it's like I realize that, oh, maybe it's not so normal that my feet are like that. So yeah, that is what has happened. I am injured again. So yeah, but the reason, one of the reasons I'm glad my steroid is only 3 days and I'm stopping the pain medication the same day I stop taking the steroids is I am planning on getting my COVID vaccine. Okay, I am prepared for a lot of angry, hateful comments if anyone bothers to do that, but I am getting ready. In the next few days, I'm actually going to call a hotline and set my COVID vaccine. You're probably going, why are you getting your COVID vaccine so early? You're like 33. State of Michigan announced that starting April 5th, any adult in the state of Michigan of 16 years or older will be eligible to receive the first COVID vaccine. I don't know which vaccine I'm going to get. I would be really thrilled if I got the Johnson & Johnson one because it's one vaccine, and I am absolutely beyond terrified of getting shots or vaccines. It's why I did the nasal vaccine for the flu this year. I do not like getting things stuck in my arm, which is weird because I've had my ears pierced twice. And oddly enough, I thought getting my ears pierced hurt than the last couple times I had needles placed in my arm. Like I had my blood drawn and I got a meningitis vaccine. I thought getting my ears pierced hurt more than that, but I'm more terrified of getting a shot than I am of getting my ears pierced. And I'm never getting my ears pierced again. So, yeah, so I'm planning on calling within the next few days to get my appointment set up. My dad, I think, is going in April 3rd. No, is going in, I think, this week to get his first COVID vaccine. So he'll be the first one in my family to get it, and then I will hopefully be getting it. The reason I really want to try and get the vaccine done early is because I will be working at the farmers market this year. That's an essential service, so I'd like to have my vaccine. I also want to do stuff this summer. Like we're planning on going to Great Lakes Crossing in a few weeks, and now that I have video editing software, I should make a really good video of that because we are going to the Disney store. So I really want to get. So since we're doing stuff like that and numbers keep going up, I just want to be a little bit safer. And I always plan on getting the vaccine. You know, my mom was always saying we're going to get the vaccine, we're going to get the vaccine. So I'm calling in this week to see if I can set it up, even though I technically am not eligible to get it till after the 5th, and my brother's going to probably call next week to set up his. So I'm I'm scared out of my mind, but I'm also really excited that I can get the vaccine. So I'm really, really excited about that. So that is the life update. Now, this video is going to be probably a little bit long because I did say I would talk about my Disney pin collection, which I have just started. So let's talk about my Disney pins. As you guys know, I already have a Star Wars pin collection. You can kind of see my Ahsoka Ita bag in the background. That's where all of my Star Wars pins are. This is not that. These are Disney pins. Where I got these Disney pins, if you're wondering where I got them all, I actually got them most of them off of eBay. The vast majority of them came from eBay. I think eBay is a great place if you want to look at Disney pins and not go to the parks, because of the parks, pins can cost, depending on the pin, they can cost between like $7.99 to $14.98, $20, even $100 for some sets. I went to eBay and I paid $20 for a set of 30 and then $25 for a set of 40, and then I got 4 lanyards and they were 2 for $8.47. So eBay is a great place to find Disney pins. Just be aware that some of your pins are going to be scalpers, which means they're fakes. So I have my pins divided into pins I will for sure trade, pins I might trade, pins I will never trade. So let's start with this lanyard. These are the pins I will trade. So I do have some Star Wars pins on there. I have, and some of them are doubles, and some of them, like I have 2 of Obi-Wan, 2 of Luke, and then I have these ones, and they're literally just pins I have that I'm trying to show you guys, that I don't really like the design of. This one I got from Disney Movie Rewards. It's for that movie Tomorrowland, which I never saw. I just got it because I thought it was cool. And then some of these, I just don't like the design. Like this Belle one, I don't like the design of it. Timon and Pumbaa, I don't like. I don't like the Stormtrooper one. I have a double of this one. And then on this side, I have like Goofy's hat, which is a double. So a lot of these are doubles that I have stored somewhere else. And that these are ones I would definitely trade. Now, on to the ones that I like, but I'd be willing to part with. So this is my lanyard of pins that I have that I'd be willing to part with. So I've got like an Olaf milkshake. I've got a Dalmatian ice cream bar. This Aladdin Jasmine one is just weird. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. It's a Tsum Tsum. I've got a Dale Tsum Tsum. I got this Minnie Mouse one that I'd like if it wasn't gold. I've got this Ariel one that says, I am not fishing for a compliment. I've got a couple of Stitch emojis, some Jack Skellington ones. And then on this side, I've got a mini skirt, a little Donald, footsteps, Captain America. I know I like Captain America, but he's not my favorite Avenger, and I would rather have a different one. I've got the pirate ship from Peter Pan, a geeky Donald, a Vinylmation, Maleficent, and a Mickey hand. So those are the ones I like, but I'd be willing to trade. Like, I traded them. I wouldn't be sad if I traded them. The next one is a lanyard of pins that I would not trade unless I got a really good deal. So, and there's some interesting things I learned. So, I've got a Merida. This Merida actually is part of a set. I don't know where the other one, with this Ariel. So, the pins will sometimes come in a set. So, this Ariel and this Merida are actually part of a set. This is an Epcot symbol, and if you look closely, I'm not sure how well it'll show up on camera, there's a hidden Mickey. And when I was researching these pins, one thing I learned is that the pins with the hidden Mickeys are actually parts of sets that are given only to cast members. So to get these pins, you have to get them from a cast member or a trading board at the Disney resorts. So this was a cast member pin. So then I have a Simba. I have this little Piglet one I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love that one. I have a mini one, which I love because it goes with my Steamboat Really Spirit jersey and my vintage Mickey mini Loungefly bag, which my mom got me. A mini hat, a mini egg. I just love Minnie Mouse. A mini lock, a mini head. A Sorcerer Mickey candy apple. Again, a cast member pin because it has a hidden Mickey in it. A Halloween lollipop Mickey pin, which made me like, oh my gosh, I have a Halloween pin. This is, you saw Ariel, this is a military pin. I know, it's so weird. This is an official Disney pin. This is a military pin. It says salute. I got a roly-poly Mickey. This is a limited edition Vinylmation pin, and it says, Mickey's eyes say I love you. His nose says be mine, and his chest says true love. I'm not a big fan of Tsum Tsums, but I love the Mickey Tsum Tsum pin. This one was actually not a pin I got off of eBay. I don't know where I got this pin. It is a Walt Disney World pin. It was something I think my grandma sent up to me. I'm not sure. I don't know. So, here's what's interesting. These next two pins are all silver, and these are called chaser pins, and you cannot find these anywhere. And these are both hidden Mickey pins, so they are cast member pins. So this one is, I don't know how we'll see, that's Figment, and this one is, I think, a Muppet. So these are chaser pins. They are so hard to find, and the reason I got into this was Tim and Jen have been doing pin videos for their YouTube channel, and they talk about it, and it looks so much fun when they go do pin trading. And Tim says they often get yelled at by people because when there will be chasers, and they don't take the chasers, and these are apparently really hard to find. This one is another hidden Mickey pin. It's not a chaser. It's silver and yellow because it's got color on it. It's another hidden Mickey pin. It really floored me because I was totally confused by who these vultures were. They're from Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which is one of my favorite classic Disney movies. So, of course, I'm keeping it. This next lanyard is really, really cool because all these pins on this lanyard come from other Disney properties. So they're from Disney parks around the world. They're from DVC. They're from Disney Cruise Line. That's what makes this pin. And these pins I will never get rid of unless I get doubles of them. Then I'd be willing to trade the doubles because they're from other Disney resorts. So we start over here. Down here, this is the Vinylmation pin for Disney Cruise Line. I love that, and it's so cute. And then, oh my gosh, I got Pluto. This is a Disney Cruise Line pin. It's Pluto. This blue and white one is for DVC, which is Disney Vacation Club, which if I had the money, I would so join Disney Vacation Club. This is a pin I ordered separately. This was not part of a batch. This pin is from Tokyo Disneyland. It's from 2001, and it's for Disney Dreamlights, which is their electrical parade in Tokyo, which it looks so different. And the weird thing is when I was looking for pins from Tokyo Disney, they are so hard to find. And that's because I think pins are not as big a thing in Tokyo as they are in other parks. In Tokyo, it seems like they do a lot more with plushes and Hot Wheel cars and stuff like that. They don't really do a lot with pins, which makes sense because when Jen and Tim went to Tokyo Disneyland, they pointed out that those celebration buttons that you can get for free at Disney World, Disneyland, you actually, like first visit buttons, you have to buy those in Tokyo Disney and Tokyo Disney Sea, and instead of free buttons, they give out stickers. So I don't think pins are as big a deal in Tokyo Disney as they are in the rest of the parks. I really do think that in Tokyo Disney, the big thing is the plushes. Like, they're everywhere, and they're cute. So we move over to this side, and oh my gosh, I forgot where some of these pins are from, because I have a whole bunch. Oh dear Lord. No, I forgot. It's really hard because they stay on the back, so I'm trying to find one where I can see what it is. Oh. Okay, so I know. So I think these ones here at the bottom, these ones I think are all Hong Kong. I'm trying to read the backs to see. Like I said, it's not the easiest, and it's a very small print. Yeah, so the first set is all from Hong Kong. So these ones I kind of got excited about because Jen and Tim had this Piglet one, and I cannot believe I got it. So these are safety pins. And I have Sully, Mike, Wazowski, and Piglet, and I absolutely love them. So, and then I have a cotton candy Mike Wazowski. Again, hidden Mickey, so this is a cast member pin. And then the next two are hidden cast member pins. I have Shelly May and Stella Lou, which are plushies from the Asian parks. So these pins, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins these are all from Hong Kong, which is amazing. And then these next 3 are from Shanghai. So I think this one is Woody. This one is Shelly May again, and then this one is Aurora, and it's so cute because she looks like Small World. So I love that. That was so exciting. So these 3 are Shanghai, and then my next 2, my final 2, are from Disneyland Paris, you guys. So I have the Disneyland, so they're both Mickey flags. So I have the Paris flag and the German flag, which made me laugh when I got the German flag because I'm actually teaching myself German, and I am German. So that was really exciting when I was going through these, and I was looking at the back, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my God, this pin's from Hong Kong. This pin's from Shanghai. This is like Disney Cruise Line. So these are pins these are pins I will never ever trade away because they are from different, because the other pins are like, you can find pretty much the same pins at Disneyland and Disney World. They might only be a little bit different because the one might say Disney World instead of Disneyland, vice versa. But those pins I would never trade away because they come from Hong Kong, Shanghai, Tokyo, Paris, Cruise Line, DVC. You know, those are not pins you're going to come across probably on a regular basis. So I was so thrilled, and I want to order more, and I don't have enough space. I'm actually thinking of ordering. Loungefly made these mini ears that you put pins in, and I'm thinking of getting those to put in some of my pins so I can get more pins. But yeah, that was my Disney pin collection. I just started, and I have a pretty decent collection if you count my Star Wars pins in my Ahsoka bag. And the pins in those bags I would never trade in a million years. And I need to get more because I have an entire Star Wars lanyard that needs to be filled up. So yeah, so those are my Disney pins. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think Disney pin collecting is fun. It's cool. If you can do it through eBay, it's a great opportunity because when you go to the parks, you already have pins to trade. You don't have to buy pins unless you want to buy a very specific pin that you can't find during pin trading. But I think it's cheaper and better just to order a lot of pins off of eBay and then go to the parks and trade them there. You can do Disney pin trading in every single park. Most of the stores will have, right now because of COVID, there are different rules. It used to be you could just go up to a cast member and like say, hey, can I do a pin trade with you? Now it's a little bit different. The store, they don't have them everywhere at the park. Jen and Tim have done this at, I think, Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, where they've done pin trading. Basically, there's a pin trading station, usually in a store, and there's a board with pins, and you you take the backs off your pins, and you put them in a thing, and then you point to the 2 you want and attach them to the backs you have. Be careful, the Disney pin backs are kind of fragile. And that is Disney pin trading. They do it at the resorts as well. They used to do it in Disney Springs. Like, they have an entire store at Disney Springs, which is just pins. Unfortunately, they're not doing pin trading in Disney Springs right now, I think because of COVID, but you can go to the parks and resorts and you're still able to pin trade. I think pin trading is fun. It's a great way to meet people, to make friends, and see what pins other people want. Like, some people really focus on getting entire sets. If you do trade at the parks, it's the same thing with eBay. You're probably going to run into scrappers, fake Disney pins. Like, I'm not even sure how many of the pins I have are actually real Disney pins. But But that's just the case, and sometimes the scrappers look just as cool. So just be aware that Disney pin trading, you're going to find scrappers because some people just take them to the parks to trade away. And that's why I have like very set ones which I would trade and which I don't. And I'm very, very cautious. I'm pretty sure I have scrappers. But it is what it is. It's just like trading cards. There's going to be a few scrappers in those too. So that was my Disney pin collection, and this was my life update for the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see me do more videos about my collections. Like I have a Star Wars book collection. I have Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse ears I can do. I have my bag collection I can show off because I love my Loungefly bags. I just got a new Loungefly bag yesterday. I ordered it a few weeks ago. It came yesterday. I got a new Marvel Avengers Loungefly bag, which I love to death because it has Bucky and Loki on it, which makes me so excited. And it matches my X-Men and my Avengers Endgame bag because it's a chibi print. I'm absolutely obsessed with that bag. I'm actually using it today because I change my bags out every week. My Spirit Jersey collection, I would love to show off to you guys because I think Spirit Jerseys are amazing. Are they expensive? Yes, Spirit Jerseys are expensive. This Spirit Jersey, when I ordered it, actually my mom bought it for me, was like $74. And the Wishes Come True Blue Spirit Jersey was, I think, $70. So, yes, Spirit Jerseys can be a bit pricey. If you can find them on sale, like this one I think has dropped down to $44, get them. I love them, and like I said, if you guys want me to do a video talking about Spirit Jerseys, I will for sure do a video talking about Spirit Jerseys, especially since that is actually my goal in going to the Disney Outlet store in a couple weeks. They do sell the Spirit Jerseys there, and I actually got 2 Spirit Jerseys from Disneyland from there for like the price of one. My mom got them for me, so I'm super excited to be going back in a few weeks because I really want to see what Spirit Jerseys they have, because usually the Spirit Jerseys they have are Spirit Jerseys not currently available in the parks. And I'm still kicking myself because when we went there last year, they actually had a Spirit Jersey from the Enchanted Tiki Room, which was beautiful and amazing, and I wish I had gotten it, and I didn't, and I'm kicking myself, but it is what it is. So that is my life update for today. That is my ramble about my Disney pin collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you let me know down in the comments below what future videos you would like to see me do. Like I said, I got video editing software finally from the same company that does this software that I'm using to record this. So finally, I should be able to start putting together some better vlogs soon from when I go do trips and stuff like that, which should hopefully be soon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who watched my Lady of Heaven trailer reaction and liked it and commented on it. I'm so glad everybody seems to enjoy that reaction. I'm really glad I finally got that screen within a screen thing. So, I'm heading off for the day. We've got errands to run, and it's Fast Free Sunday, so I'm going to go get some Subway. Yummy. So, I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.